Call to order the Mayor and City Council for the December council meeting for the city of Taneytown. I ask that Councilman Haynes lead us in the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman. Mayor Pro Tem Foster notified me that she was not going to be in attendance this evening. She is excused. Let the records reflect all others who are here this evening. We're going to begin regarding the minutes. Before we get into the approval of said minutes, I do need to read the summaries of the last two closed sessions that we had. Starting with the November 18th, 2019 closed meeting, took place at 7:30 in the evening. Motion made to go into closed session by Councilmember Hale and seconded by Councilmember Fuller. It was unanimous in consent to go into closed session. In accordance to the Maryland Open Meetings Act, Title 10, Governmental Procedures, Subtitle 5 Meetings, subsection 3-305B, meeting was closed in order to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom it has jurisdiction, or any other personnel matter that affects one or more specific individuals. Under topics discussed, we discussed the Parks and Rec Director hiring and related salary issues, as well as City Manager hiring discussion. Present at the closed session were all council members, Mayor Wantz, myself, Acting City Manager Wieprick, Clerk Kalman, and City Attorney Gullo. Acting City Manager Wieprick and Clerk Kalman were excused at 8 p.m. Actions taken at the closed session. Mayor Wantz nominated an individual for the position of Parks and Recreation Director, with a salary offer maximum. Neither the name or the salary will be disclosed. Motion made by Councilman Haynes, seconded by Councilman Hale to confirm the individual and extend an offer of employment. Discussion was held regarding city manager position. No action was taken. Motion to adjourn made by Mayor Pro Tem Foster, seconded by Councilwoman Fuller. Vote was unanimous, 5-0 at 9:30 p.m. If you enjoyed that reading, get ready for more. Moving into the December 4th, 2019 closed meeting. This was held at 7:50 p.m. following our workshop. The motion was made by Councilmember Hale, seconded by Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Foster. It was unanimous to go into closed session. In accordance to the Maryland Open Meetings Act, Title 10, Governmental Procedures, Subtitle 5, Meetings, subsection 3-305B, meeting was closed in order to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom it has jurisdiction, or any other personnel matter that affects one or more specific individuals. Topics discussed was the appointment of the city manager position. Those present at the closed session were all council members, as well as myself, Mayor Bradley Wantz, and City Attorney Gullo. Actions taken at closed session. Mayor Wantz submitted the name of Kyle Coleman as his nomination for city manager. Motion to confirm the nomination was made by Councilwoman Fuller and seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Foster. Upon a vote, the motion failed 2-3. Mayor Pro Tem Foster made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 9:13 p.m., seconded by Councilman Hale. Motion carried 5-0. With that, summaries have been read. I will now seek a motion to approve the minutes of the November 4th, 2019 regular meeting, as well as November 18th, 2019 closed session.
So moved.
It has been moved for approval. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay. I will note, while we're not approving the December 4th tonight, that'll take place next month, to the clerk, if you could please amend Mayor Pro Tem Foster under motion to hold a closed meeting as opposed to council member, but that'll be dealt with next month. With no further discussion, it's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the November 4th, 2019 regular meeting and November 18th, 2019 closed session. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed say nay. Thank you very much. I'll now ask the council if they have any conflicts of interest on anything on the agenda this evening.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Up for approval, we have ratification of officer training reimbursement agreement. This was presented in your packets for last Wednesday night. I'll seek a motion to approve.
So moved.
And do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Do we have any discussion? Very good. It's been moved and seconded to ratify the officer training reimbursement agreement for our police department. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Thank you. Up for adoption this evening, we do have the Meads Crossing Developer Rights and Responsibilities Agreement, lovingly referred to as the DARA. We held a public hearing on that Wednesday evening. We received no comment from the public regarding this. I'll now seek a motion to adopt.
So moved.
And do we have a second?
Second.
All right, do we have any discussion regarding? All right, it's been moved and seconded to adopt the DARA for Meads Crossing. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed say nay. Thank you very much. And our monthly water allocation, Resolution 2019-14. This is for December 2019. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
And do I have a second? All right, any discussion on water allocation for December 2019? All right, hearing none, it's been moved and seconded to approve Resolution 2019-14, water allocation for December 2019. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed say nay. Outstanding. City manager report. Mr. Weeper, do you have anything to add since Wednesday evening?
Nothing for this evening.
All right, thank you. Do we have any questions that have surfaced since Wednesday for Mr. Weeper? Very good. Departmental reports. Have any questions surfaced since Wednesday regarding those from the council? They have not. Jay is not with us this evening. He gave me nothing to report. Mr. Weeper, did he give you anything? All right. No news is great news. We have nothing under old business. We're going to move right into new business. We're going to begin with our monthly financial report in your council packets. I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
And do I have a second?
I'll second.
Very good. Any discussion regarding the monthly financial report? All right, it has been moved and seconded to approve the monthly financial report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed say nay. All right. I will ask for likewise for the accounts payables. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the accounts payables? All right, it's been moved and seconded to approve the accounts payables. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And those opposed say nay. Very good. Next, we have architectural services for the city office. If you recall from Wednesday evening, Mr. Weeprick informed us that the amount of the contract was above what he could approve himself as acting city manager, and he's seeking council's approval to move forward with that contract. Is there anything you wish to add, Mr. Weeprick, on that?
Just that it will be with Dean Camlin and Associates, and the amount is $10,465.
All right, $10,465 to Dean Camlin for architectural services. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, it's been moved and seconded to award architectural services to Dean Camlin for the city office. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. All right, we will move into nomination for Parks and Rec Director. I did give out to council the contingent offer letter sent and the resume for Lorena Vicaire, who has accepted the position under the terms presented, of course contingent on your approval this evening. I will ask for a motion to approve my nomination of Lorena Vicaire for Parks and Rec Director.
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion from council regarding my nomination? I like the smile, Joe. Thank you.
You could.
You look happy tonight.
Little discussion. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
I will tell you a certain amount. I will tell you that
What you can tell us.
Right. She is hesitant to have her current employer find out immediately about this, so I'm not going to say specifics at this point. From the interview that we conducted, we were very pleased with her past experiences in terms of parks. I think what's nice is she's going to be open to accepting our vision for what we want in terms of recreation for the city, something I think we've been lacking, and something that needs to be a primary focus is having activities and recreation for people of all ages in the city. I think we're going to be very pleased with this candidate, and I'm looking forward. Her start date, as listed here, would be January 13th of 2020. So any further discussion from council? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. That is exciting news. We're going to move forward in that capacity. All right, next we have something rather familiar to us, annual leave carryover for Major Mitchell with the police department. We've had discussions on this regarding our police officers as well as Acting City Manager Wieprick, of being able to carry over some extra hours that have not been able to be used because of our low staffing really across much of the city. Mr. Wieprick, do you want to add anything to this?
Sure. What we had agreed on with regard to the other officers was to actually do a buyout of the time that they were not able to use by the end of the year. Major Mitchell believes that once there are a number of tasks at hand that hopefully will be completed in the next few months, and that he is hopeful that once the department is fully staffed, that the new hires come out of the academy, that he will actually be able to take a good bit of his leave time. So he's requesting just to carry it over rather than be paid out for it. So a little bit of a twist on what we did a few months ago.
Right. Do I have a motion to approve annual leave carryover for Major Mitchell?
So moved.
And do we have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion from council or questions regarding? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed say nay. All right, we will move into council member reports. I'd like to start with Councilwoman Fuller, hoping that she gives us a glowing report of her activities from Saturday evening.
Well, I think it was a big success, aside from a couple of squirrel blunders, having to replace wiring last minute. But, you know, I appreciate all the help that we got, and some folks from Grassroots came over and helped me clean up last minute, and John Carl and his crew, the kids and everything, doing the food. I really think that this is the start of something bigger. So hopefully every year we'll improve and maybe be in one of those Hallmark movies.
I think it was a great decision to do it at the park instead of the police station. I mean, that sort of crowd in the past has gotten difficult up there.
Yeah, I think they all fit much better there.
You definitely set an atmosphere with all of your lights and activities and things. You did a wonderful job, and we're all very appreciative of that.
Yep.
hopefully everybody gets time to just appreciate it when it's not raining.
Hopefully you can appreciate it now.
Yeah, I go up every couple of days and just check all the fuses.
And you know, Brad, you're right, because when you walk in there, you see something different in every direction. There's no two parts of it that are the same, and it is like an endless display of lit beauty.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
And it came out phenomenally, and you deserve the credit for that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anything else, Councilman Foley?
I think that's pretty much it right now.
Very good. Councilman Vigliotti, what do you have for us this evening?
The police departmental report for November 2019.
Okay.
So in November, there were 411 total dispatched or generated calls for service. The number of total citations issued at the state, city, repair order level were 46. There were 12 adult arrests and 0 juvenile arrests, and there were 45 total warnings issued. In the awards and promotions category for November, Zachary Myers and Brian Schaefer received certificates of appreciation for going above and beyond the call of duty. They received these certificates from Joyce Mahoney, who works with the Sober Truth, at their annual fundraising dinner on November 23rd. I was in attendance, and both Zach and Brian were very well received. They had kids running up to them, giving them candy, telling them how much they admired them and how much they looked up to them, and they are an absolute blessing to this department and to our town. In the good news department, the department has completed the hiring process and subsequently hired 3 recruits that will be starting the MPC-TC Academy in Sykesville on January 6th. They are Aaron Leaks, Devin Chesney, and Austin DeLapsidale. The department looks forward to adding these gentlemen to the force upon successful completion of the academy in August of 2021. In terms of community outreach, Major Bob Mitchell and the chief attended the Veterans Day ceremony at Taneytown Elementary School on November 11th. They were well received and were happy to participate on the part of the town to pay homage to our veterans. And then I also want to remind everybody that this Sunday, December 15th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., at both Kenny's and Food Line, the police are going to be hosting their 2nd annual Pack the Police car, where they will be accepting non-perishable donations that are going to be collected to assist local families by way of both Taneytown Elementary School and Runnymede Elementary School's food banks. So if you are not doing anything on Sunday, swing by, support the police, support local families, and donate. And that's all for me for this month.
Quick clarification, Councilman Vigliotti. You had said completion of the academy in 2021, unless that extended a lot.
Oh, it might have been, it was what was written down, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It may have been a,
So academy's typically 7 months.
right,
So, okay.
yeah.
So of 2020, that's,
Thank you for catching me.
you almost made their lives a lot worse than they're about to be. Councilman Hale, what do you have for us this evening?
Nothing new, sir.
Very good. And Councilman Haynes.
Nothing new from me. I do want to kind of commend our Public Works Department for the recent sewage backup on Sunday. They rectified that pretty quickly. So it's always good that we have people that we can depend on when things like that inevitably happen. And then I just want to echo everybody's praise for the Christmas event. That was really great. It really did feel like Christmas, and I think that that's what everybody was going for. So that was awesome. Looking forward to its continued evolution in the future. And then for one of the recruits, I know it's a mouthful, but his last name is actually pronounced DeLapsidale. So we'll have to get used to that going forward.
DeLapsidale?
Okay.
I think he's going to end up with a nickname. Not sure what it is yet. We'll accept suggestions for that, yeah. Name our new
P&S
recruit.
are reversed.
Yeah. DeLapsidale.
DeLapsidale. Very good.
Thank you, Councilman.
That's
Anything
all from
else?
me.
All right. I do want to start with November was Government Works Month across probably the country, but especially in the state of Maryland. I was honored to present in front of the 4th grade entire class at Taneytown Elementary School, talk to them about what it's like to be mayor, what brought me to make this grave decision to sit here, and a little bit about my history growing up in Taneytown. It was a really neat day. All of the kids made up Taneytown flags, what they think the Taneytown flag should be, some of which had Food Line on them, among other things. I believe I'm actually going to get the stack of prototype flags, and we're going to find a place hopefully to display them so people can see the fine work of our fourth graders.
Any designs worth going with? Mr. Mayor?
There was a great one with Food Lion that was really cool. It's kind of neat to see them engaged. They had a lot of knowledge. They had just finished learning about some of the past governors of the state of Maryland, and it was really neat to actually see what they've learned and that they're really soaking these things up. They were not able to recite all the counties in the state yet, so I might have to go back and have them do that. I remember when I was in fourth grade, I had to do that, learn all the counties. I don't remember them all now.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I don't remember them. I don't even remember how many there are at this point. 24? I was going to say 27, but 24. I don't include the city of Baltimore as anything. That's, okay, 23 it is then. Let it be written. Our Pack the Police car this coming Saturday, we're using that as our response to Mayor Neil Rupp from New Windsor, who has challenged us to a food drive. So instead of holding another one and making it harder on our police department, we're using theirs. He claimed he was going to get 3 tons. He already held his. I don't know what his number was, but that's what we need to aim to beat, I think, is that 3-ton mark. So hopefully everyone can get out there and donate some food. It's for some good causes and show Mayor Rupp what Taneytown's really all about.
So tell them to bring heavy food.
Bring heavy. Cases of water are great. They're heavy, they're easy to stack, they're absolutely. We're getting into an extremely celebratory time of year. You know, Christmas is a time of amazing joy for most people. I do want to ask that you reach out to friends, families, neighbors, people who may be struggling this time of year. It's always difficult. You know, memories come rolling back, whether they're good, whether they're bad. And people oftentimes, you know, they could fall into any sort of depression or anything like that. So I just encourage you to, you know, use this holiday season to spread joy. Try to lift people up, offer a hand, invite them in. Anything you can do to help brighten somebody's day, I think, is important this time of year. We talk about, you know, how great of an event we had Saturday night, and it was that sort of joy that came to us. I think it's important that we take that and spread it to others. So if I were to give out anything to anybody this evening, it would be that, to reach out to others and really make it a festive time of year for everybody. With that, I have nothing additional, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn for the evening. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed say nay. Thank you all, and Merry Christmas.